Welcome to Arsenal Studios. This is Learning English with Movies. In this video, we will talk about one of my favorite adventure fantasies, Conan the Barbarian. If you're new here, the goal of this channel is to help intermediate English language students practice and improve their English skills by using movies as the main topic. If you like our content, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Conan the Barbarian is a 1982 fantasy adventure directed by John Milius, starring Arnold Schwarzenegger. The film, written by John Milius and Oliver Stone, is based on the classic character created by Robert E. Howard, which first appeared in 1930s fantasy pulp magazines. A pulp magazine is a magazine made with inexpensive paper and printing containing shocking or sensationalist fiction. Director John Milius is an award-winning writer and director, most famous for writing Francis Ford Coppola's Apocalypse Now and Clint Eastwood's Dirty Harry. The film tells the story of a boy named Conan, whose entire village, including his parents, are murdered by a band of raiders. A raider is a person who attacks an enemy in the enemy's territory, or a marauder. The leader of the raiders is a man Thulsa Doom, played by James Earl Jones, who orders the children to be sold into slavery. As a slave, Conan grows up to be a fearless gladiator, winning countless fights and hearing the lamentation of his victims. Lamentation means the passionate expression of grief or sorrow, like weeping or wailing. Eventually, he's freed and finds an ancient sword in an old warrior's tomb. A tomb is a large vault, typically an underground one for burying the dead. In his journey while walking through deserts and the open steppe, he meets Subutai, a clever thief and archer. A steppe is a large geographic area of flat land, like a prairie. While looking for Doom, Conan also meets Valeria, a beautiful warrior and thief. Together, the three set to steal jewels from the Tower of the Serpent. After barely escaping with their lives on their fleet horses, they are captured by King Osric. Fleet means fast, swift, or rapid. The king offers them their freedom in exchange for saving his daughter, Princess Jasmina, from the clutches of Doom and his cult. Clutches means a person's power or control, especially when perceived as cruel or inescapable. Conan, still consumed by hatred and his desire for revenge, goes after Doom alone. He manages to infiltrate the temple, but he's captured and tortured. After nearly dying after being crucified, Valeria and Subutai take Conan to a wizard. Conan is brought back from the brink of death, and together with his friends return to the temple to rescue the princess. Brink of death means to be very close to dying. Valeria is killed in the attempt, and a heartbroken Conan asks Crom, the god of his people, to grant him his revenge. To grant means to give or allow someone something, usually in an official way. After fierce battle against Doom's men, Conan manages to recover his father's old sword. Fierce means having or displaying an intense or ferocious aggressiveness. He makes his way back to the temple where he faces Doom. He manages to resist his hypnotizing powers and kills him by cutting off his head. By the end of the film, Conan destroys the temple and saves the princess. The film was a success with fans and critics, and it was followed by the sequel, Conan the Destroyer, in 1984. In the sequel, Conan is deceived into working for the cunning Queen Taramis in order to find a mythical horn. Cunning means the quality or skill of being clever at planning something so that you get what you want, especially by tricking other people. Conan and his comrades, including the fearless fighter Zula and the witty sorcerer Akiro, must also safeguard the lovely young princess Jenna. To safeguard means to protect someone or something from harm or destruction. Conan uses all of his strength to overcome the threats standing his way, since there is trickery and danger at every turn. Despite several attempts by different filmmakers, plans for a third installment never materialized. Most recently, Arnold Schwarzenegger has shown interest in reprising the role for a possible Conan sequel. Reprising or to reprise means to repeat an earlier role or performance. The character of Conan has also been adapted to other media, including video games, comic books, cartoons, and a TV series. The 1997 TV series Conan the Adventurer stars Ralph Mueller, a two-time Mr. Universe champion and friend of Arnold Schwarzenegger's. The 1997 film called The Conqueror was originally planned as a Conan sequel and is based on a Conan novel written by Robert E. Howard. After Schwarzenegger turned down the role, the main character was changed to Kull, and actor Kevin Sorbo of Hercules fame was cast as the title character. To turn down means to reject something offered or proposed. Red Sonja, another character co-created by Robert E. Howard, was also adapted to the big screen in 1985, starring Brigitte Nielsen as the title character and Arnold Schwarzenegger. A reboot of Red Sonja, which is currently in production, is being directed by M.J. Bassett, starring Matilda Lutz as the title character. However, no official release date has been announced. A reboot means something, especially a series of films or television programs that has been restarted or revived. A Conan reboot was released in 2011, directed by German filmmaker Markus Niepel, with Jason Momoa as the fierce barbarian. Unfortunately, the film was a box office bomb and was not as well received by critics or audiences. In order to practice your listening skills, we'll take a look at a clip from the movie. Pay special attention to the key vocabulary as well as the intonation and pronunciation. Before we watch the clip, I would like to invite you to check out my online course at Thinkific. The Learning English with Movies course was designed for intermediate English language students who love movies and filmmaking. You can practice your English reading and listening skills, learn new key vocabulary and grammar, and confirm your comprehension with fun quizzes. The Learning English with Movies Kindle ebook is also available from Amazon. For more information as well as fun and useful tips and recommendations, you can follow us on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. Now let's get back to the video.
How, Dao We won again! This is good. But what is best in life?
The open steppe, fleet horse, falcons at your wrist, and the wind in your hair.
Wrong! Conan, what is best in life?
To crush your enemies, see them driven before you, and to hear the lamentation of their women.
That is good. That is good.
Now let's practice some useful grammar structures. Participle adjectives. The adjective form of some participles, such as bored or boring, can be used. Compared to regular adjectives, these are used in a slightly different manner. When discussing someone's feelings, the past participle with an ed ending is typically used. Example: Conan was really interested in finding the sword. The thief was frightened by magic. He was bored by the long story. When referring to the person, thing, or circumstance that has brought on a certain feeling, we typically use the present participle ending in ing. Example: the wizard told a very boring story. Conan saw an interesting place to explore. He saw many frightening snakes in the palace. There are several instances where one person makes another feel something. Example: Conan was listening to a boring man at the temple. Valeria is a really interesting woman and warrior. Thulsa Doom is a really frightening villain. These participle adjectives make the comparative by using more and the superlative by using most. Example: Conan was more frightened of magic than snakes. To the thief, stealing the jewel was more interesting than saving the princess. After listening to the tale for hours, Conan was the most bored he's ever been. Thanks for watching. Have you seen Conan the Barbarian? What did you think of the reboot starring Jason Momoa? Do you think they should do another reboot or a sequel with Arnold Schwarzenegger? Write down your thoughts in the comments below.